Hey everybody, and welcome back to another weekly comic book haul. Actually guys, I got these comic books yesterday. Unfortunately, yesterday was crazy, so we didn't have a chance to record. However, we are recording on time still on Friday. So got a bunch of comics, got some extras, and I got your guys' comments right here. First news, I mentioned this on Twitter, and then I mentioned this also on the comic review. I'm going to re-mention it here because this is usually the news part of the show. Number one, the weekly comic review is being moved, starting this episode, these books, from Monday mornings to Tuesday mornings. So it gives me some extra time to sit down, read, and enjoy my books instead of rushing to read these, rushing to read the indies, because the indie review we will be shooting tomorrow night, and it will be up on Sunday. And also, the indie review goes up, and then the day after, the comic review goes up. At least it gives a day in between, so you guys can enjoy the indie review, and then the comic review will be up on Tuesday. So there's that day in between for you guys to have that time to check out the indie review first. Because there's some awesome books we're reviewing in the indie reviews. And I feel like the Big 2 review, the Dark Avenger review, because it goes up literally the day right after, it's taking away a couple of extra views for the indie review because you guys want to see the Big 2, and I don't blame you. But there's a lot of awesome books coming out of the indie company, and also, like I said, time. It'll also give us time to read at a slower pace because my weekends are basically reading, Saturday and Sunday, and I want to kind of relax a little bit, especially with my son now, so there's a lot of extra stuff going on. Also, Comics Point 3, Outside the Pages, are being merged together and molded into something that I'm going to be working on. So the video series, those video series are not canceled, but they're going to discontinue, and I'm going to be working on a podcast for my channel, which is going to take aspects from Comics Point 3, Outside the Pages, and other ideas and other series that we've done and we've stopped doing, and I'm going to try to bring it together into a nice, maybe 1.5 to 2 hour long podcast. I don't want to really give too much away at this time, but I'm working on basically podcasting all that stuff, combining it and making a really nice podcast for you guys to enjoy. It won't be a video form, so you guys can just listen to it while you're doing whatever. I'm still working on it. It's still in the inkling stages. Can I promise you guys an episode this week? Probably not. I think I'm going to probably end up starting during spring break. I'm going to be working on the segments that I want to work on, and then I'll put it together and we'll see how it goes. But that's the major announcements. Also, we are working on a top 5 series, but that's for the distant future. So now let's get into the books for this week. And again, there are some books. Swamp Thing came out this week. I dropped Swamp Thing. I just don't feel like there's anything there for me anymore. The series kind of eschewed, and it eschewed bad. And also we're going to have a crossover with Aquaman, which I'm not buying Aquaman, and no crossover is going to make me get it. So I decided to drop Swamp Thing for now. Maybe things will get better. A book that's on my average read because the story kind of went a little bit south, and hopefully it'll get better. Batwing, issue number 30. If not, next week Batman Eternal starts. Books need to start getting dropped. New Warriors, issue number 3. Moon Knight, issue number 2. Another series that, again, if big stuff starts happening and I'm starting to buy more books, that's another series that I'm just considering an average read, and that's another book that could possibly go. Grim Fairy Tales 96. Can't wait to read this. Earth 2, issue 22. Excited for this. Only reason I got this is because the team that did Flash is now in Detective, and I'm going to give it a shot. Francis Manapul, Buccioletto, issue number 30 of Batman, Batman Detective Comics. Everybody's raving about it, so I decided to give it one more shot, especially after that horrible story arc we just went through. Inhuman issue 1, figured I'd give that a try. Action Comics issue 30, which is the prelude to Superman Doomed. Oh boy. Green Lantern issue 30. This series has been doing anything but keeping me interested. Green Lantern is another series that's tentative on the drop pile. I know you guys are saying, Chris, you're dropping a lot of books and you're dropping your stack a lot. Honestly, guys, there's a lot of books coming out from now, which is April, all the way through till the end of May. So it may look like I'm dropping a lot of books and my stack is going to be like this thin. Trust me. We've got Nightcrawler coming out next week. We've got Iron Fist coming out next week. We've got Batman Eternal starting. There's a lot of books that are coming out very, very soon. And we also have the Ultimate Universe coming back now. I believe next week the Ultimates is the first book that's coming out. So there are a lot of books. So don't think I'm dropping and it's just going to stay small. There's a lot of stuff coming to replace it. We got Phantom Stranger issue 18, which is Michael's. Punisher issue number 4, which is Michael's. Low-Key Agent of Asgard issue number 3. Magneto issue number 2, which is on Mike's tentative file. Green Arrow issue number 30. Then we got Deadpool versus Carnage. I had to get it. I know Deadpool miniseries don't end well, but this is a Carnage miniseries, so maybe between the two we'll get something nice. Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 200. Now, I was misled. I was led to believe this was going to be a fold-out, a gatefold cover. It's not. Mark Bagley's, there were two covers. It was Mark Bagley, and I forgot the other one off the top of my head. I think it was Eminem. And I chose Bagley thinking that Mark Bagley's was the full fold-out. Apparently, Mark Bagley did one half, Eminem did the other, and they come together. However, I didn't know that, so I only bought one copy. But this book is, I believe, yeah, it's a $5 book. I'm not going to pay $10 just so that I can have both covers together. I got the cover I wanted anyway, Peter Parker's side. So, can't wait to read that. Now the extras. We actually got two. One came out this week and one came out previous week. And we might come back for the fourth one at some point. The Marvel Chess Collection. We got issue number 2, because issue 1 didn't come out yet. Issue number 2, which is Iron Man. We will be reviewing these on, or doing at least an overview on these on Comic Frontline. So there's Iron Man. And issue number 3, which is Wolverine. Now, issue number 4 is Loki, and we decided not to get Loki. But if we end up getting all the pieces except Loki, which it's looking like that's what's going to happen, we'll probably just end up grabbing Loki on a light week. I can't give you the black side. I can give you the white side of the chess piece because it depends what side you get. I didn't get Loki, so we can't tell you. But on the Avengers side, it's going to have Vision, Daredevil, Spider-Man, Luke Cage, Iron Man, which we have, Wasp, Captain Marvel, Ant-Man, who doesn't have a distinguished thing, so I guess he's just going to be another pawn, or an extra pawn, Captain America, Black Widow, Thor, Hawkeye in his classic costume, Wolverine, which is this one, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and Black Panther. And then, of course, there's going to be the binder and the actual chessboard at some point. But I really like these books, and I love the open up artwork, the middle artwork that they have in each one. You can basically rip them out and make posters if you wanted. But we might come back, like I said, for Loki, but for right now we're not sure. But I know we're going to be getting the next wave, which is going to be Spider-Man, Captain America. Look forward to seeing all these in future hauls. Now let's get into your guys' comments before we close out. For last week's haul, Kat said Paper Cuts has Power Ranger graphic novels. I think I remember seeing Power Ranger comics when I was a kid, so I don't think I'd read it though. I mean, any newer stuff maybe I would look into, but again, it's still very tentative with all the big stuff coming out. Now we got Nick. First, what would happen if Batwoman met Lady Sif from Thor comics? I have no clue. Neither character really matter to me. So even if it did happen, I wouldn't be reading it. Second, if there was one hero from Marvel that you like to see him or her in their own live-action movie, who had one yet? Who would it be? Who hasn't had one, I'm guessing you're saying. As far as hasn't had one yet, it would be nice to see a Hawkeye movie. I mean, especially with Hawkeye and Avengers and everything. Outside of the people we've seen already, it would be nice to see a nice Punisher movie. Thomas Jane returning for a Punisher movie, that would be nice. Really, I can't think of anything other than those. Maybe Iron Fist or Luke Cage. Luke Cage would be interesting, but we're getting that with Netflix. Third, what if Nick Fury Jr. got his own solo title? Would you guys read it? No. I have no interest in Nick Fury Jr. I had no interest in Nick Fury, so. Fifth, do you guys like stories of Captain America set in World War II or modern day? Modern day. Absolutely. I like seeing Cap in the modern day. If they did like a flashback to World War II for a story arc, I could live with that, but for the most part, I like reading him in modern day stuff. We're now in the indie review. Again, Nick, first, before the questions, Larfleeze is ending with issue number 12 in June. That's going to be our last issue. Now for the questions. First, do you think that the cover art for Justice League United look similar to artwork in Dark Horse comics? Little bit, maybe. Yeah, it's a possibility. Second, have you ever thought of getting into Doctor Who? Yes, and the answer is no. Third, because I already have too much stuff I'm buying, there's no way. Third, what issue of Green Lantern is on your wall above Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? This is Green Lantern, Volume 2, issue number 53, Superman guest starring in the Kyle Rayner. This is when Kyle Rayner first started off as Green Lantern. Fourth, for top 5 video topic, would a top 5 best or worst crossovers work for you? Yes, that's actually something we actually talked about, Nick. And now we go into the comic review, and we have 2 comments. One is from DOOSHBag612. Chris, can you recommend me some really good Superman arcs? I know you love Superman. I've done this a million times. Panic in the Sky, The Death of Superman, The Reign of the Supermen, the stories that followed right after. There's Man of Steel trade paperbacks. That trade paperback, basically the Man of Steel series. Earth 1 Superman is pretty good, especially with the new 52 Superman right now. Adventures of Superman, which is going on as we speak, which is the digital first books, is really good. I wish I had those sideways so I could tell you more, but there are a ton. I'm going to be doing a lot of reviews on Comic Frontline of Superman trade paperbacks, so look forward to that, and maybe you'll see more. And then Kat commented, it is the Ultimate Universe, so I think Cap is dead even though there wasn't a body. I still say, Kat, when there's no body, you can't claim the person is dead. So we'll see in the future of Ultimate Comics. And that's it for this haul, guys. So look forward to the indie review, guys, tomorrow, and the comic review on Tuesday morning. So you guys have to wait an extra day, but you get more quality and you get more time to watch the indie review. This way you don't have to pick and choose whether you want to watch the indie review or the comic review. You'll have that extra time to watch it, and it gives me some extra time to relax and read my comics at a slower pace. So thank you guys so much for sticking around. Don't forget to check out Comic Related and ComicFrontline.com. Together we are your #1 source for comic related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. This way I'm in your sub box and you don't miss out on a single video. I have only 3 videos I do a week. Sometimes there's the rarity of the 4th, but those 4th videos are usually huge videos. So thank you guys so much for sticking around. Take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I will see you guys really soon in the next review.